Hello, everyone, and greetings. Welcome to Comics Over Coffee. So, I have with me Neha Rawat. She makes comics, she makes amazing comics, she makes relatable comics that revolve around her dogs. And she's one of the artists that you need to look out for. She's from Bangalore, and thank you for coming here, Neha.
My pleasure.
So, tell me about your journey. How did you get into making comics?
So it all started. I was working with a software company, and you're coding every day, and you need a break to just clear your mind and stuff. So usually in the lunch break that we used to have, I used to finish my lunch very quickly, come back to my desk, and I would start doodling. I had this like really small pocket notebook, and then just like start doodling random things. And I didn't even have my like Facebook page and all started then. So I used to post it on my own personal profile. Just everyday things, like getting stuck in traffic, about power naps, things like that. And so it started getting noticed. Like people like, oh shit, that happens with me too. I'm like, okay, I'm not the only one who like takes 5 minutes power naps and suddenly wakes up all energized. And then it just became a daily thing of just doodling everything every day. So I used to start taking out time to notice things and doodle things just to share it and see how many people actually go through the same experience. So it started with that, and then slowly I broadened my observation range about things, everything around from home to work to personal life, professional life, things like that. This book actually started. My parents had a dog. We named him Tintin because just because Tintin was a cute name. And I was there with him for a while before I left for Bangalore. And my mom would call me up every day and she would tell me stories about Tintin, like Tintin ne aaj ye kiya, wo kiya, and just like funny stuff. And then I'm like, shit, these are so cute. I should share it with like everyone. So I again started doodling all of that. And then it came out like small strips of comics. And then when I collected a few, then I'm like, yeah, I can totally make a comic book out of it. So that's where this came out of.
So you are an engineer.
Yes.
Is Three Idiots by any chance your story?
Well, you can say I don't know if you've heard this saying, like in India, first you do engineering and then you realize what you actually want to do in life. So that's what happened with me. Yeah.
Wow. I didn't get there. I was a very bad student myself, and then after my CET scores came out, I had to go hike somewhere, and I was doing my I did 2 weeks of BCom. That's when my
You've
mother
touched something at least.
just
Yeah.
barely touched
Yeah.
it. So yeah, got into animation and rediscovered my love for comics because I hated doing animation and became a professional cartoonist, comic book
Okay.
artist. So how long have you been in Bangalore?
I've been in Bangalore from right after college. Actually, my final year of college when I was interning, so that's 2009 August. Yeah, I interned for a year, then I worked for 5 years, and then I finally quit, and then I started freelancing full time.
So is it safe to say, oh, since you've graduated in the year 2009, so it's safe to say that you're a 90s kid.
Yes, definitely.
So for what kind of shows, what kind of comics inspired you?
So I loved reading Archie comics, Asterix, Calvin and Hobbes, my favorite. I remember back in when I was in fourth grade, everyone had a collection of Archie comics, and at that time, even now, they're very just expensive to buy and they get over so quickly. So we used to keep just like exchanging between friends, like you take mine and I take yours. So I actually created an Archie's comics book club, and then like everyone in fourth grade I used to write down names of all the students and like who had what books and exchange what, and we used to like every week we used to keep exchanging Archie comics.
Were
So that
you
if you
like the president of the Archie's Club?
the president is like a, yeah, you could say that.
Founder.
Yeah, founder. It also
Awesome.
dissolved very quickly because it's just too much management than I would like. But
For a
that's
fourth grade kid, I'd
but
like to know what management this is.
just making sure everyone got back their comic books and just knowing where everything went. So then the first thing I would go to any library is look for Archie comics, things like that, or Calvin and Hobbes. Those are my favorite. first thing in the Sunday newspapers is take out the magazine, read the comics, everything that's there. Dennis the Menace, Peanuts, all of those favorite thing. Those are as far as the comic books and TV shows. Cartoon Network always go to Dexter's Lab, Mickey Mouse, not even Mickey Mouse, Tom and Jerry, things like that.
Two Stupid Dogs.
Two Stupid Dogs, I love them.
Oh yeah, yeah. Those are classics.
Yeah.
I don't really know what the kids are watching these days, but yeah, you guys really missed a whole decade of great stuff. And yeah, so congratulations on your first new book, your
You.
latest book, Tales of Tintin, Tales, not Tails. And is this an autobiography of
Yes.
sorts?
It is.
It
A
is
lot
an.
of the stories are very accurately based on me and my own dog. Some of them are inspired by my friends and their dogs, but all the stories are relatable to anyone who's had, close relationship with dogs as such.
I see that my wife's a huge fan of your work.
Thank you.
Not, I am a huge fan myself,
Thank you.
but but your artwork and your concepts are so relatable. Sometimes that it's something that's very difficult for me trying to get get a part of your personal life into a cartoon strip, because this is for like a mass consumption, so we get a little too attached to our personal experiences. So are these like true personal experiences, or have you changed a few things of
Some
them?
may be exaggerated, they're like
Okay.
80% accurate to the personal level. Some may be exaggerated to get the comical feature out of it. But yeah, most or more or less accurate.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, because I believe these are experiences that everyone has. It's personal to you, but it's the same thing has gone through someone else with the same personal experience. So it's just, I find it nice to share. And so I had this friend in college, not really a friend, we were like Sunday breakfast friends. So we used to get chola bhatura in the mess, and we used to go have a nice breakfast Sunday morning in the mess. And she had a dog and I have a dog, and 1 hour every Sunday would just spend talking about our dogs. And
Oh
like
my God.
yeah, so I really remembered her also when I was making this comic book. Like that's the kind of friendship that I have. Like just talk about dogs with a friend, just talk about this with another.
What's your friend's name?
Nita.
Shout out to Neeta. I hope you're watching this. So tell me, how did you get into publishing?
So, as I told you, it all started out with just me doodling and sharing stories with, online on social media. And then the the actually the transition of me quitting my job and going to freelancing was also a lot to do with my husband's support and my family support. Then they're like, if this is your passion, you should go for it. There's no point working a 9 to 5 job where you're slogging and not very happy, or even taking out time in your regular day job to do what you really love. So it started with that, and once I started collecting so many stories, then my husband was like, you should totally print a book out of that. And then they're like, I can totally do that. There's nothing stopping me.
That's one thing
Honestly.
in common
Yeah.
between the both of us. We have really supportive spouses.
Yeah.
So Neha is going to be at Pet Fed this Sunday, and her books are going to be at my stall at Indie Comics Fest. Drop by; these books are amazing. Look at the artwork. I mean, it's awesome. So check that out, and thank you so much for
Thank
being
you,
here,
Rahil.
Neha. And a few parting words. Any suggestions? Any tips for new indie creators?
Um, just do what you love, and getting support from others is always helpful. But even if you don't, just power through it. You'll There's always light at the end of the tunnel, so you just have to keep going on, follow your passion, and you'll get there one day.
Wise words. Wise words. I think. Thank you so much for
Thank
being
you.
here, Neha.